Let me ask you guys a question. What is the number one problem a salesperson has? It's not people telling you no. It is people wasting your time. What we're gonna be talking about is how you guys can literally 3x your sales, your income, without having to work harder, without buying more leads, without getting better at sales training and pitches. The secret is in efficiency. So look guys, there are 3 things that drive sales. A lot of people think it's just talk to more people and get better at selling. It's both of those, but also efficiency and time management. And I've seen how I alone was able to go from $20,000 a month to $200,000 a month, mostly improving my efficiency. How I manage my time, how I schedule time windows with prospects, how I do my weekly planning, how I set and measure my KPIs, how I delegate and hire out other people to get things done that I don't need to do. Whether it's building a team, hiring setters, confirming appointments, there are ways to buy back your time to use it on the highest leverage activities. Some of the greatest salespeople, if you look at their earnings per hour, you guys should be making $750 an hour or more. When I ran the numbers on how many hours I worked per week and divided that number by the amount of commissions I made, I realized, holy cow, I was making $1,150 per hour when I was in someone's home pitching them. When I was on the doors, I was making $952 per hour. So you should know your earnings per hour. I've built out a handbook, a playbook for you guys. I'm not selling this. This is a 14-step process you can follow to get that exact number and to guarantee your success. I'll be covering a little bit of that in this video. All right, so the first thing you guys have to understand is the difference between major time and minor time. You don't want to be the salesperson that spends major time on minor activities. So what are minor activities? Cold calling, it is driving to area, it is scheduling follow-up, it's making notes on your prospects. Major time is time in front of a qualified prospect. Minor time is everything else. So what happens if you could delegate, hire out other people, create systems where you spend 90% of your time in front of a qualified prospect? Yes, it's possible. And only 10% on minor activities. Your income will skyrocket. So the second thing we're gonna talk about, guys, is weekly planning. This is a strategy that has helped make me millions of dollars in commissions while also improving my life outside of my work. As a sales performer, you want to plan out 3 things specifically: your production, your prospects, and your priorities. Delegate as many tasks as possible. House cleaning, you can pay someone to do that. Meal prep, you can hire somebody to have meals literally delivered to your front door or your office so you don't have to go buying food every 3-4 hours. There's 2 types of prospects, okay? Warm leads and cold leads. I measure 2 types. Is a prospect on my calendar or are they not on my calendar? I list out all my prospects and I write out which ones are on the calendar, which ones are not. And then I put a numerical value behind each of those. You want to focus on a large pipeline. Great salespeople don't focus on closing. They focus on building and pumping more people into a pipeline. Prospecting equals prosperity. So production, start with the output target, how many sales you want, and reverse engineer into the micro targets. How many people you have to talk to, how many conversations you have to have, and then set goals not on the outcome target, but on the inputs. All right, guys, another key principle here is you have to understand the difference between targets and tasks. I see a lot of people just running, going from thing to thing. They feel busy, they feel productive, and you look at their year and they don't really accomplish much. They have very little growth, they don't make a lot of money, but yet they're always busy. Take pride in being productive and getting results. Nobody cares, just get results. Delegate, remove as many tasks as you can, and you'll be a lot more efficient. All right, as far as task prioritization, there's 4 quadrants. We wanna focus most of our time in this quadrant right here. Not urgent, but important. Things that are gonna make you a lot of money in the long run are prospecting and booking appointments, that habit, doing that consistently. The next level of this is hiring out salespeople, building out sales systems and SOPs, hiring out operators. This is how I've gotten to where I've gotten, where I was making a couple $100,000 a month selling. Now I make similar money without having to get on the doors and in homes with customers. And then there's activities that are urgent but not important, like responding on group chats, messaging your clients back. And then not urgent, not important things like social media, just distractions. The difference between high achievers and underachievers aren't their goals, guys. It's the difference in their focus and their ability to allocate the right amount of time to hit their input targets that are gonna get them to their output target. Great salespeople, great entrepreneurs block off the time necessary to achieve the target, and they follow the schedule. And they're married to the process and they divorce themselves from the prize. You need to program your mind that way, where you have imagine making $20,000 to $30,000 in a day and you're getting hard on yourself because you didn't take the action necessary on the process. That's how married you need to be to the process, okay? I see so many people that let the tail wag the dog. Their life is out of control, it's reactive. Successful selling requires proactive focus. Set boundaries and block off all distraction from social media and people and be present, whether you're prospecting or you're in homes, be present with people. All right, so here's how you can completely take the guessing game out of any goal, guys. It's so simple. 4 steps. Watch this. Step number 1, establish your target, the output, the sales target. Number 2, identify the inputs required to achieve the target. Cold calls made, people talked to, presentations made, etc. Step 3, identify the amount of hours required to hit those input targets. Let's say the average number of presentations to get 2 sales is 4. At 30 minutes of presentation, you have to think this way, that's gonna be 2 hours. The number of calls made to schedule 4 presentations is 40. At 3 minutes a call equals 2 hours. So you know, hey, in total, you're about 4 hours to get that goal. Okay, when you can reverse engineer like this with the exact inputs in the exact time, you become a machine of sales success. Here's a principle I've learned from 8 and 9-figure entrepreneurs and how they dominated as salespeople and they dominate as entrepreneurs. Time management is how you get ahead. You're buying back your time, hiring out other activities to use that time to get better at your skill set, your education, and also talk to more people. Things like meal prep, DoorDash, laundry, grocery delivery, house cleaners, car detailing, nannies, office cleaning, okay, managing and posting social media. You can delegate printing, creation of sales materials. You can delegate, hire an executive assistant. When I was selling and making $200,000 a month, I remember I hired an operator for $10,000 a month, and one of my partners said, dude, you're crazy. We have this going for you, Nick. You don't need to do this. And I'm like, no, I know what I'm doing, trust me. Because he's saving me 20 hours a week, and that 20 hours allows me to move a lot faster. You wanna figure out what tasks make you the most money and opportunity, what lights you up, what's fun for you, and what you're really good at. If you align all 3 of those, you're gonna feel fulfilled and you're gonna find the success. Arrival windows. Guys, this is one of the biggest hacks I've discovered in sales. What this allows you to do is it offsets the no-show rate. Well, I can't control if people always show up. I can set really good expectations, send out confirmation, but I can't control if they always show. You can't. So what can I control? I can control stacking 2 or 3 appointments in a 1 or 2 hour window, depending on how long those presentations take. Where most guys in solar were running 1, 2, maybe 3 appointments a day self-genning, I could run 6 to 8. I have 2 to 3 times the amount of chances at bat, which means I'm always going to win. They don't just give you more flexibility, they create more authority because it shows you're in high demand. This guy is not desperate to schedule this appointment. And it creates scarcity, which is a major lever of influence because there's other people trying to compete on your calendar. You have to have a good system through ad spend, setters, or prospecting yourself to pump in a ton of prospects on your calendar. You create time windows to stack more prospects. To wrap this video, I'm gonna give you a couple little hacks I've discovered over the years for multiple industries on how to actually sell more with less. Set incremental goals based on 2 hours of inputs. So in those 2 hour windows, whatever they are, you wanna set targets on how many cold calls, how many doors knocked, how many people you talked to, and then how many appointments you scheduled, okay? And set micro goals throughout the day. Great salespeople operate through urgency. They feel like they're in a rush, go, 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 go. What this urgency does is it gets people to move now. Little hack, if you're selling door to door, use a segue. If you're selling on the phones, use a dialer. And finally, this is one of my biggest hacks is picking your prospect. Guys, if you get nothing else out of this video, take this. Don't sell everybody. Learn to walk away. Pick your prospect. Identify what is the ideal candidate you're looking for. If you have this, this, and this, you're a good fit. If you don't, it's okay. I'm always leaning out and saying, I'm good, do what you wanna do, keep paying your utility. You know, I'm not paying it, love you, happy to help. There's 2 options, pick your poison. Most salespeople, it's not even on their mind. They're just trying to sell. What I'm thinking is, I don't need this person. I could go find someone else. Great salespeople think abundantly. It's not that they're mean or rude, but I don't need you to say yes to me. I got a lot of other options. And just that art of leaning out pulls people in. You know, if they're beating around the bush, building rapport, or you know, they're super skeptical, asking you 1,000 questions and you're in a Nazi interrogation, you don't have to put yourself through this. And let me just go find someone who's an 8 out of 10. I'm gonna go knock doors. Marry the process, love prospecting because prospecting is what creates prosperity. And when you have a system of prospecting and you've delegated your time back, guys, you can get disproportionate results and you won't be obsessed on trying to sell everybody. You'll sell with more integrity, you'll have better clients, more clients, and better retention. I am proof, okay? So I love you guys. I hope this video brought you value. Please execute on 1 or 2 of these things. Block off time on your calendar, follow a system, obsess on inputs, not on outputs, and find an accountability partner to hold you to those micro increments through every day, every week. And I promise you guys will see compounding success with your sales and with your business and even your life.